you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Talent here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Spreading truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Touch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come and hear and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Come and hear and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
The pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong. Together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. In the night or in the day, girls will light and lead the way. Justin's heart and your support. Together we will hold the fort. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
Click play and come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Big brain, come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share the vibe. Touch the world, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is May 9th, 2025. It is currently 9:26 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Hello, Maria, Norma, Jan, Eileen, Gary, Canadian, Rob, Beanie, Jen, Joe. Where have you been? Good to see you. Sherry, Peas, Canadian, Eileen, Mama's the Bomb, Robin, True Crime Junkie, Tina. Let's see here. Rob, Beanie, Tina, Pale. Good to see you all. We got hold on. Let me fix my mic. Remy knocked out my mic right before I went live. Sorry about that. I sound funny. Yeah, sorry. I got it fixed. All right. How you doing? Got a lot to talk about in the Lily and Jack Sullivan case. We're also going over Stacy's. Hold on one second. One second. I just now noticed something. One second. Hold on. I've got so much to go through. It's incredible. So just bear with me one second because I just thought of something here. Either I messed it up. I put Stacy Sullivan. I meant Stacy Johnson. I need to fix that. I just realized that. Bear with me one second. Equally, Stacy Johnson. There we go. I had the thing correct, but the title I had wrong. Sorry about that. How you guys doing? Justin, the mom has left the area and the stepdad has a bad scratch on his eye. Yes, Candace, I have noticed that. Rhonda West, thank you so much. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate that, my dear. Welcome to the Pearl family. And may I say, pearls look amazing on you, darling. Really do appreciate you joining the Pearl team. Thank you so much, my dear. Make sure you join our members only lives and all that. I'm also going to be doing members only shorts pretty soon as well. So, how you doing? Gemini lady, thank you so much for 12 months. How you doing, honey? Good to see you. Just sleeping different hours. Of course, Joe, we notice when you're missing. We notice when you're all missing, every single one of you. Yeah, so people are saying, are people under the trailer? Not that I am aware of. That's a rumor going around. But I'm going to show you where all that stuff comes from in just a second. Oh, thank you, Tina. How you doing, honey? Thank you so much. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Jen says hello to everyone. She can't tag everyone back, but she loves you. She means it. She loves you. She really does. All right. So was another interview. Well, we're going to go through there's dad with an interview, or stepdad with an interview. And I do have that. Give me one second. Lily and Jack Sullivan's. There's a new with Daniel. I only have a piece of it. I don't know if there's a. Ooh, crap. There might be a full interview. We've got so much to go through. I don't know if we're going to get through it all or not, but we will. We'll try our best, won't we? We'll try our best. Let me see here. Updated interview with stepfather. He did a little piece, just a very little piece. I will show you guys. Good luck with that, Amy. Good luck with that. See how that far gets her. Okay, moving right along here. All right, so another day has passed, and Lily and Jack Sullivan are still missing 100 miles north of Halifax. Recap. Lily and Jack is coming from True Crime Seeking Justice. Lily and Jack were reported missing on May 2nd. According to reports, the children woke up Friday morning and began playing while their parents, mom and stepdad, was still asleep. Their stepfather, Daniel Martell, stated that Lily came in and out of the bedroom several times, while Jack could be heard in the kitchen. It's a small 500 square foot little area, right? However, in separate interviews, the mother mentioned that the children had been playing outside. At some point, it's believed they exited the home through the sliding doors that mom says is silent when they are opened. Concern grew in the house minutes later, like 20 minutes later, when the house became quiet. Their parents checked and realizing that the children were gone, according to the mother, she says they called immediately 911. As of today, March 9th, day 8, there are still no answers to where Lily and Jack are. Lily Sullivan has shoulder-length brown hair and bangs. She may be wearing a pink sweater, pink pants, and pink boots, white backpack with red strawberries, an item that should be definitely highly visible. There have been reports suggesting that the stepdad's mother and brother live in like an RV on the camper. But they haven't really confirmed that I'm aware of. Let me just show you an overview before we get into all of the stuff. So just hang tight 1 second. So this is what we're working with. This is the area. Thank you again, Tina Long. Appreciate you, honey. Right there, right? And mom and the stepbrother supposedly live in this little area through here, in this little RV place, right? So there's that. Now, got some reports coming out on some things. Bear with me. Oh, okay. Before we get started, I want to show you this video, this quick video, how I'm going to cry. Heartwarming. This little girl that was lost, and praise the Lord, she was found. She was found. And this is what it is all about, my friends. This is what it's all about. Absolutely what it's all about. Let me show you this. She says, Nan, I'm hungry. All right, I'm going to make it as big as I can. I want you to see this. I got to play a little music just to be safe.
Lily! 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 Nanny! Nanny's right here! Can you hear Nanny? I love you.
I love you. I went to the door and went to the
It's okay.
I'm okay then.
Are you?
Yeah, because then I went to the church and rescue people.
I know.
Because I was waiting until my husband left. Because I went with the church and rescue people.
Look who else is
And
here.
guess what?
What?
I was
No, Carolina, she's not found. This was another little girl that was found in Canada. This was a missing British Columbia girl. She followed the dogs into the woods.
on the airplane.
No,
Yes, good. I was on the outside.
I know, we saw you. I knew you'd love it.
Dad, I'm hungry.
I know.
Can we just give a round of applause to the searchers there? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Her little speech, it does something to my heart. I'm telling you, it really does. It really does. I was looking at that last night, and I thought, oh my God, I got to show that to y'all people. So this was earlier today that a local, yes, Pale Rider, that's what it's about. That is what it's about. Hoping and praying to the good Lord above that he will see these babies home. Sierra, it was another little girl that followed dogs in into the woods home. Yeah, and she said, I got to ride an aeroplane. She looks like she's in first or second grade where she's losing her teeth. You know what I mean? I know, Steph. I know. They grow up way too quick, don't they? They really do. Okay, so this was a neighbor earlier today at some point. Just got back from out at the kids' trailer. 3 blacked out vehicles in yard, assuming police vehicles, and Daniel was standing outside the trailer with 5 or 6 men. They had the front left side of the trailer skirting, a part of it lifted up, and a lighting going, and a man assuming an officer crawling underneath the trailer. Now, that is where that is coming from. I cannot tell you that has been verified. Cannot tell you that. That is, they ran it under anonymous, and I'm sure because they don't want to get harassed if they are local. But I want to say this as well. Just because they are looking underneath that trailer does not mean they found anything or anything of that nature. They are going to tear that place upside down and the other just to be safe. They do it in all missing, cases like that. So we just need to be, cautious with that information because, you just don't know. You just don't know. So that is, I've not seen any video from it. I've been following this all day. When I was live earlier, I said, guys, we might break, because I heard that there was going to be a press conference today. There wasn't that I am aware of. So there's that. All right. So they are looking in the area. But from what I understand, it is just much more specific spots. There's no searching or anything. We're at day 8. We're at day 8. If somebody doesn't have those kids, they are, unless a miracle, probably, unfortunately, have succumbed to the elements, right? And I pray that's not the case, but realistically, I think that's probably the scenario that we're looking at, whether there is foul play involved or they just walked out, right? Because they looked under the Wells house too. Yeah, they have to look everywhere. Exactly, Whistle. Exactly. Yeah. Amazing how they scale down so fast. Well, I mean, usually about 5 days is standard. And this is the thing. If you have looked in a 5 or 10-mile radius, think about that for one moment. 5 or 10-mile radius, that's huge, right? How can a 4 and a 6-year-old get outside of a 5 or 10-mile radius? Especially if you called 20 minutes after you last seen and or heard them, like Mom is claiming, I figured they already searched all. Yeah. So there is a blurry photo circulating of said of house, but many of those vehicles have been there for days and hard to tell exactly what is being done. Yeah, and great. I agree. I absolutely agree with that. As heavily, right, Arnold time. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wonder if canines track their scent. Eileen, from the best of what I understand, there has been no scent trail that has led to anywhere, right? Very similar to Sebastian Rogers' case. Now, does that mean, this is an area where there's not going to be a lot of cameras, right? You're not going to see a lot of cameras. There's not a lot of anything other than trees. They need to remove the skirting from Edgar's RV and look under there. I don't. They probably even done that with Edgar. Allegedly, the place had traffic going in and out of all places. Yes, Tina. I did report on that yesterday. They said one of the alleged people in the community said they passed there and he noticed that there was all kinds of cars, even sitting out to the road on Wednesday or Thursday. And they said Friday, boom, child missing. That was what their words were. That's not what I'm saying. That's their words. It's strange that mom left. This is the thing. If CPS said you need to get the kids out of here, otherwise, we're going to have some problems. I don't blame her. I don't blame her at that point, though. It's different than just going and sitting in an RV, right? In my opinion, she's not just going and lounging at an RV just to lounge. Now there was allegedly an argument one or two times that week after the children went missing. So I know a lot of moms getting a lot of criticism for leaving, but the thing, I'm kind of cautious on judging on that because let's say she was in a very abusive relationship and this was her time to escape, right? You don't know. You just don't know someone's situation in that aspect. You know what I mean? Uh, or, the CPS thing. If she had to leave because of, to keep her 16-month-old, it's what she had to do. So there's that. So I wanted to show you that right there. Thank you so much, Pale Rider. Really do appreciate you giving love. Thank you. Sugar. I love you to pieces. I love you all to pieces. Thank you so much for your support, my friend. Can't do it without you. Okay, moving right along here. This is there's not really photos of in the house or anything. I know a lot of people's like, is there photos in the house? Is there photos? This is the only one that I could find that appears to be in their home. I guess that's the carpet. It's got, I guess, a hole in it. Um, and again, I know they get judgment for. No, it has not, Faye. It has not. That is something a neighbor stated. That is stepdad's kids. This is yes, yes, it is stepdad's kids. However, this is what individuals said that they had public, and that's what is allegedly in the house. Right. Fenced in yard, in my opinion, kids were outside a lot by themselves. Yeah, I mean it's possible. It's possible. The cops probably swabbed a lot of surfaces in that house to come up with rugs and carpets. Yeah, but I think this is after. Someone wrote 43 minutes ago, did any information ever continue on this info of a suspicious vehicle in the area the same that morning? I know a lot of you guys have asked me about that dispatch footage because there's supposedly this, suspicious car in the area right around the time that the kids go missing, right? And let's talk about it a little bit. Hello, soldier girl. How you doing? How you doing? We're at 188. Come on, y'all. Hit that thumbs up. You'll be blessed for it. You'll be blessed. Come on now. Hit the thumbs up. Come on. Really appreciate you. Okay. Someone wrote, something is completely wrong about all this. It's now been, this was a while back, 2 entire days. If they're across the border, they're long gone. These children were failed in many different ways. I mean, I don't know if, I don't want to say that they were, I don't know their situation. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the house was, the outside of it was unkept, but the inside could be completely spotless. I don't know. In Summer Wells' case, we knew what the inside looked like, right? Now, but you can have, you can be poor and be the best parent out there, and you can have the biggest house and be a crappy parent. So, um, someone also says, so they see that no one is mentioning the scanner the morning when the call came in because we were hoping for a good outcome. In Eden Lake at 11:18, they were requesting pictures of the children. At 11:38, a 911 call came in about a suspicious car parked at the community hall in Union Center. License plate and all were given. I assume they followed up with this. Has anyone confirmed about this car? Has anyone came forward about this car? I remember a case not too long ago. I can't remember what case it was, but there was a kid missing or something, and this was in Oregon. And now I remember. It was in Oregon. It was the baby that fell in the river in Oregon, and they were looking for a potential vehicle, and they found it in an area, and they talked to the man. Y'all remember that? Dane Paulson. Thank you. Yes. Dane Paulson. Thank you, Thought Criminal. The case, but hope you can read it when you can. Okay. Gotcha, K-Town. Thank you so much. Yes, car was cleared. And Grace says it's all on the dispatch transcripts that you can hear online. I I I heard the dispatch, but did it say clear, Dan? Is that what it said? Maybe I just didn't understand it. I heard them speaking about that, but I didn't hear clear. So maybe I just didn't hear that. Sorry to be off topic, Justin, but have you seen? You're showing a video again. I have, Sheila. Yes. Yep. Yep. Yes, cleared. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Nyla. Thank you for that. So we can clear that out. Okay. There we go. Perfect. There is a lot of people that are really taking up for Stepdad now, that they believe that Stepdad has nothing to do with it. He has agreed to take polygraph test. He's like, let's do it so you can clear me and let's, move on. He has been emotional at times, but still, it doesn't pass the smell test just right for me just yet. Holy Mac H. Roney. Lita, where have you been? Where have you been? Oh my God. Thank you, Lita. Love you, darling. Thank you so much. Love you to pieces, my dear. Thank you so much, my dear. Good to see you. I love you, honey. So good to see you. I hope you're okay, Lita. Good to see you, honey. No. The car is Oregon was cleared right. Oh, okay. The car in Oregon. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. So a lot of people are taking up for him. I got to be honest with you. Yep, we're going to watch it, Amy Jo, in just a minute, honey. I'm still suspicious. More of the stepdad than mom, personally, but I just feel like they both might know something. I hope I'm wrong. Right? Hope I'm wrong. The problem for me is the changing stories between the two, and perhaps the DRUG and the alleged parties, I'll say at this time. Oh, thank you, Joe. Good to see you, hon. May have kicked her out. His mother may have kicked her out. They the family got in a fight. Right? So there's that. All right. Good to see you, Brandy. Hi. All right. So moving on here, we've got so much to cover. So much. Okay. So I'm just wondering, do you think the mom, like, let's say, for instance, mom knows what happened. This is just speculation. I just want to make it clear. Mom knows what happened, but she may not know where they are. I don't know, Jen. I'll check on her in a little bit. Let me see here. Let me see. I just text her to check on her, make sure she's okay. I know she's been working a lot lately as well. A quote from my stepdad: "We're going to continue to look and probably continue to look for the rest of my life." Right. Did mom have a blackout from a I don't know. I don't even know if mom drank. We don't even know that. So there's that. All right. Let me get to I thought this was interesting. The thing that really bothers me in this case, another thing, is the kids were out of school all week. Opinion: the mom is displaying all of the signs of deception. I would agree with him, but I think he is too. I think he's better. I think he's better at it. But here we'll get to this. Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. So 2 seconds. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. If you do, you will get 10 years of good luck. How about that? You will get 10 years of good luck if you hit the thumbs up button. Let's go. Justin's stepdad said in an interview he asked for polygraph because her parents think he did something. Yes, that is right, Candace. that's when they allegedly had this blow up, and she left. I did, and let's hope you're right, Justin. Thank you, Bo. You just planted the seed, honey. You just planted the seed. There you go. Do you think they were hungry and was trying to get to school to eat? The school serves breakfast. I don't. I don't. I don't think so. Honestly, I think the mom is a good person. I really do. I think she's a good person. Good people, and it's very, can be deceptive, right? Something could have happened. I don't think whatever this was, I don't think it was intentional, in just my opinion. I don't believe this was intentional. Just don't. I think if anything happened at that home, it was some accident. And for me, the only thing I can think of that an accident like that would happen would be DRUG related. But we don't know. I'm covering for luck for 10 years, and I'm holding it. L. Kennedy, we are speaking it into existence. We are speaking it. 10 years of good luck. I just read she gets violent with stepdad, but who knows if that's true. But that's the thing. This is online, and people lie like a freaking rug. Trust me. Lie, 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 lie. With not even a morsel of truth to it. You know what I mean? I see. I don't know because they're in Canada. They requested them and gave them. They requested them, and LE gave them drug test. Yes, Sherry, they certainly do. Big time. Credit goes to my friend and yours, the Big DD, Deception Detective. We love the Deception Detective around here. Let me pop this here. All right. Link will be provided in the description. Make sure you sub up to the Big DD, Deception Detective. And I'm telling you, he will know if you're lying or not. We know. We know. They must check the landfill. I agree, Faye. I agree. But this is Canada. This is the second largest country on the planet, right? The second largest country on the planet. Russia, Canada. 1, 2. It is endless. Endless. So,
A polygraph test, is that on you?
That's not just on me, but on everyone. That's what I asked for. I asked for that so early on, and there's not many places that do it in Canada, so they're flying somebody in.
Why do you think you need to do that? Do you think they don't believe you?
I think their side of the family doesn't believe me, and I just want to.
let me tell you something, Brandy and Indy. One thing about Canada, I don't care if it's at the North Pole, they got trash pickup. Canadians are very clean, very clean. And they recycled when recycling wasn't cool. Okay. The first time I ever went to Canada, I was like, oh, you have to recycle here? You have to recycle here? Oh, I think Canadians are extremely clean in the bushes. Very clean. They're very earth conscious, which is good.
clear it up for everyone, clear it up for everyone, not just the people online making crazy accusations.
That's Daniel Martell, and I think he knows more about the disappearance of his missing stepchildren than he's letting on. And it's not just because he's somehow able to dismiss every online accusation, including those against the mother, who's statistically the most likely culprit except for himself, as crazy. So in today's video, let's analyze that recent interview and one of his earliest interviews and count all the contradictions and red flags. I'm Deception Detective, an attorney trained in statement analysis. This channel exposes lies and manipulation. If that's your thing, hit subscribe.
Cindy, you don't have trash pickup?
For exclusives, early access,
have
and other
trash
cool
pickup
perks,
there. I
consider
know that
becoming
they
a channel
do.
member. Link in description. Even if you're familiar with this case, you might not be up to date with the most recent important developments. So before we grab our deception decks and start analyzing Daniel, here's a quick recap.
4 days into the search for his missing
You are right. It was spring cleanup last weekend. Mima, yes. I believe.
stepkids Lily and Jack Sullivan, Daniel Martell is pleading with the public to keep their eyes peeled. Martell confirmed that when the two children went missing from the home behind me, Lily was wearing a pink shirt and pink rain boots. She was also carrying a white backpack with strawberries on it. Martell says although he didn't see Jack that morning, he is believed to be wearing a brown shirt, brown pants with a pull-up diaper on underneath, and blue rain boots with dinosaurs on them. According to
Bubbly Beth, you are absolutely right. With kids, you have to have a million locks, and you don't sleep unless you know they're asleep. Also, you must set an alarm before they usually wake up. Absolutely. I had more locks on cabinets and everything else than probably most jails when my kids were little. I was so afraid about them getting out. If they touched the doorknob, an alarm would go off. Touch it. Not open it. Touch the doorknob. It would go off. There was an alarm that would go off. And I had a chain up very, very, very high, so where they could not get it as well. Double safety right there. It's, but I understand a lot of people can't afford that. You know what I mean? I mean, there's people. I mean, it's not like expensive, but some people can't afford anything. You know what I mean?
Martell, his side of the family are currently the only ones at ground zero after Lily and Jack's mother left the county Saturday. But still, he remains, begging anyone with answers to come forward and bring his children home safe.
This is my third video about this case, and every time I play a news clip to set the table for new viewers, there's another glaring red flag. And at this point, it's a Russian parade. First, we have Jack and Lily, who were reported missing on a Friday, but we've since learned that they were out of school the entire week. We have Daniel, a non-biologically related adult male in the house of small children, which is heavily correlated with
A pole's about to drop.
neglect. As of yesterday, we have the police winding down their search for Jack and Lily, suggesting that they have reason to believe that they won't be found alive. And finally, we have the biological mother fleeing the area while her kids are still missing, suggesting she has reason to suspect that too. I won't rehash every red flag from those videos. I'll link them at the end so you can check them out after this. For now, here's a quick clip from the last one because it's important to the analysis we're going to do today. Innocent parents tend to do 7 things when they have the opportunity to get on TV. For instance, parents of missing children, if they're innocent, if they actually have no idea what happened to their kid, talk about their kid in the present tense. Secondly, we can expect them to be cooperative. So if the police or the media are asking,
And that is a thing that they have done. They have not spoken about the kids many times in the present tense. And that suggests that they already know something has occurred. Hey, Bushi, good to see you. So, dropped a poll. Just want to see your opinion, where you're at on this case currently. Do you think that there's foul play? Yes, no, still not sure, or you just don't know. Please vote in that. Your vote is anonymous. Praying for all these missing children. My cousin has been missing since 1990. Never found what happened. Just gossip. Oh, Michelle, sorry. People say the not knowing is just hard, difficult. So, hi everyone, Justin, two little ones, and you can't hear the door. Put a damn bell on and stay awake. Another careless mother. Well, I mean, listen, I wonder why a mother with a 16-month-old. I'll be honest with you, you know, a mother with a 16-month-old, a 4-year-old, and a 6-year-old is asleep at 10 o'clock. You know, uh, that's a rare thing. That's a rare thing. Now, they what really bothers me is we don't know anything after Monday. We really don't know anything after Monday. And that's what really bothers me in this case, right? They were supposedly out because she had a cough. Well, a cough is something you can go to school for. If you don't have a fever, you're not vomiting, or you have diarrhea, right? Anything other than that, you can generally go to school. A cough is, but this is the other thing that bothers me. The boy didn't have a cough. Why didn't he go? Why didn't he go to school? We keep them both home if only one is sick. Right, Pale Rider. Right, right. So, I don't know.
Them questions, they answer fully and candidly. Third, innocent parents are inconclusive about what happened if there's no evidence to suggest one scenario over another. In this case, if they actually found two boot tracks showing the kids walked into the woods, there's no way to say for sure that they must have been kidnapped or that an animal dragged them off or any other scenario. They should be considering all possibilities. And that brings me to the fourth item on the checklist. If all possibilities are open, a kidnapping is also open. So typically, innocent parents look into camera and beg any kidnappers or anyone who might have their kid to please return them. Finally, we can expect innocent parents of missing children to directly ask the audience watching on TV for help, because that's the only point of doing the interview, to get help, to get information out there. If they do anything other than that, like try to push a narrative or try to construct their own alibi, we need to be suspect about that. That's the rundown of my missing child presser checklist, and those are the 7 things we're going to listen for Daniel to do in these interviews or not do, along with any signs of deception or leakage. So without further ado, let's watch the interview he did 3 days ago, and then we'll watch the one I played in the intro, which he did 24 hours ago.
We were searching. We covered everywhere possible. Even in the first day, we did. Even with me running through the woods, I was ahead of the helicopters and ahead of the drones and stuff like that. Screaming as loud as I can. And just
But Sammy, this is the thing. Why is the other kid not at school? You know what I mean? Justin, once the lockdowns happened in 2020, many school kids send a child home with a cough in the smaller communities. I mean, I guess. My kid's pediatrician says if they're not vomiting, if they don't have a fever and diarrhea, they can go to school. So, I don't know. I don't understand a job you only work 1 day a week. Yeah, he worked at a lumber yard or something. He's in preschool. That's true. That is true. I don't know if did a bus run there? Does anyone know if a bus ran there? Justin, the boy, was only 4, not in school yet. He was in preschool. When my kids are in school with his sis, and I would keep them both home if needed. I mean, if they both need to be kept home, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Bubbly Beth, for telling people to hit that thumbs up button. Really do appreciate you, my love.
my throat hurt, running through water that was up to my waist. And as soon as I got back, I wasn't allowed back in the woods until
Hold
a
on, I need
man
to listen to
just
something again. What do you say?
screaming. Even with me running through the woods everywhere possible.
Which he did 24 hours ago.
We were searching. We covered everywhere possible. Even in the first day, we did. Even with me running through the woods, I was ahead of the helicopters and ahead of the drones and stuff like that. Screaming as loud as I can, and just until my throat hurt. running through water that was up to my waist. And as soon as I got back, I wasn't allowed back in the woods until a man dressed in a military outfit said I could go back into the woods.
4 days into the search for his missing stepkids, Lily and Jack
Right, the 29th. Okay. That's so there was a bus. There was a bus. Yes, he said even on the first day. Was that a different day than 911 was called? Well, I don't know, Love Wins. I mean, I understand what you're saying. However, he says even on the first day, and then he says he was keeping ahead of the helicopters and stuff. Yeah, why was a 4-year-old in pull-ups? Now, that I'll defend. Because a lot of times you put the nighty diapers on, right? Because, I mean, the nighty diapers, they can go up to 60 pounds, 70 pounds, something like that. How do you know they went missing on Friday? Could have been earlier. That's what I'm saying, Rocco. That's what I'm saying. He was in pull-ups tonight, yeah. Hey, African Gray, good to see you. Mohawk, nighttime pull-ups are common. Yes. Yep. Bingo.
Sullivan, Daniel Martell is pleading with the public to keep their eyes peeled, but he has begun to lose hope they are anywhere in the vicinity.
They hate being wet and cold, so they immediately would have came right back into the house. The only two prints are right beside the house facing the road, and then that's it.
Martell wants the search to be extended to
Now, that's interesting to me. He says the only two prints are facing the road. Now, if they were going towards the road, would they have stayed on the road? You don't know what a kid's thinking. Would they have stayed on the road? Or would they have just walked off the road and back into the woods? My grandpa wore pull-ups, no big deal. Thank you for sharing that, Joe. Much appreciated.
include provincial borders in case the children were abducted. A reality, he says, is becoming more and more likely.
Post any officers they can get at the New Brunswick border, PI border, and get them at every.
That's weird to me. I'm going to tell you, that's a little weird to me. Because law enforcement, RCMP said there is no sign of any abduction. Now, does that mean that there is not an abduction? No, but they're saying, I mean, this is the thing. What is the likelihood of a child running off and then a child running off and then abducted? Two of them. What's the likelihood of that? You know what I mean? So, I don't know about that. Hobo, thank you so much, my darling. Good to see you. Justin, we have a new member to the Pearl family born 7 weeks early. Also, my mini, we graduated college today. I've missed and love you all. Oh, Hobo, congratulations. That's amazing. Congratulations. You've certainly been busy. It's amazing, my dear. Thank you so much for your support, Hobo. Really do appreciate that. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you, honey. What did Ann say? Let me see what Ann said. Where is she? Oh, Ann. His t-shirt logo, the outside picture of the house are concerning. Yeah. I don't see what Ann said. It must have been way up there. Or I'm overlooking it. Can you write what you meant again, Ann, if you don't mind?
Every airport possible.
Martel confirmed that when the two children went missing from the home behind me, Lily was wearing a pink shirt and pink rain boots.
As I said in my last video analyzing Daniel, he's actually doing a lot of the things on my missing child presser checklist correctly. For instance, in this interview, he's allowing for multiple possibilities. Maybe the kids wandered off, or maybe they were abducted, but he's not allowing for every possibility. And when I say that, I mean he's not suspicious of the mother. And when I said
He's also used terms of the past as well. Yes, the boots were reported by CBC. Boot prints were found 10 feet from backyard near house. See, he just said, well, yeah, because they went out the back, going toward the road. Okay, I got you now. UFC, the stepdad asked for a lie detector test. Yes. And I'll be honest, a lot of people are defending him. I don't know. I really don't know either way. Yes, if special needs is different, yes. I'm worried that some of their friends that may have been druggies may have taken the kids if parents were passed out. If they were there that morning, but this is the thing. If one of their friends took them, for instance, wouldn't they just say, hey, we had people over, we were partying, and we woke up, they are gone, my kids are gone. You know what I mean? Just because he asked for one doesn't mean he's going to tell. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Edgar said, name the time and place.
that, I got lots of comments, I'm assuming from new subscribers saying, hey, DD, do you really expect these two parents to start suspecting each other or bashing each other on TV? And my answer is yes, that's what innocent people do because all options.
So, good question, always late. How do they know what Lily was wearing if they were asleep? They said Lily came in and out of the room a few times while they were in bed there. So I'm assuming that's how they know that.
Are on the table until proven otherwise, even suspecting your spouse. And it's not at all unique. We see it all the time on the channel. For example, with Gannon Stouch's mother, Kyron Harmon's mother, or Sebastian Rogers' father. In fact, as we saw in the intro, we're even starting to see signs of it in this case with Daniel. He didn't just say he wants to be polygraphed to exclude himself. He wants everyone to be polygraphed. But before we get too excited about his prospects of being innocent, we still have to finish watching this old interview from 3 days ago. So let's see what else he says here.
He also refuted the claim that the two children are nonverbal, saying while they are on the autism spectrum, they are quite trusting and say hi to everyone. According to Martel, his side of the family are currently the only ones at ground zero after Lily and Jack's mother left the.
That's a good question, Pam. Wouldn't the kids still be in their pajamas? I mean, not all kids sleep in pajamas, right? But it's a good question. And I don't see the 4-year-old putting on shoes, though. I just don't see a 4-year-old doing that. To go outside. They're very impulsive at that age, right? Sissy going outside, I'm going with her. So that's what kind of bothers me. I just don't see a 4-year-old just saying, oh, wait till I get my shoes on. I don't see it. And that bothers me as well. Pajamas are a luxury to some kids. Absolutely. That's true. You know, this is the thing. Was Lily wearing the same thing as she was the night before? Yes or no? That's a big question as well, right? Was she wearing what she went to bed in? If she is, fine. If not, you're saying that she changed that morning? Mama, thank you so much. My mama, my 5-year-old is on the spectrum and he has to have shoes on if he goes outside, but in the car in the house the shoes come off. Yep. Now she says that she thinks two of them, that the two may be on the spectrum, but they've not been diagnosed. I can see rubber boots. When mine were little, they would just slip them on. Not mine. I had to say, get your shoes on. Let's go. Let's get your shoes on. Get over here. Heard a local nurse on the those clothes could be their PJs. Right, Lynn. Yes. Yes. That's why I was saying, could she, is that what, clothes that, Lily went to bed in, Jack went to bed in, or does she know Lily changed that morning?
County Saturday. But still, he remains, begging anyone with answers to come forward and bring his children home safe.
Anybody who has any information, or you think you've seen something or hear something, or any messages from friends about hearing something, just contact your local police services. Anything, guys, anything.
It's the end of that interview, and as you can see, Daniel asked for help, which is a great sign, but it doesn't outweigh all the suspicious stuff, like him not suspecting the mother at all.
Now, why would they leave the yard? I mean, I don't know about that, but it bothers me. What really bothers me is them saying they couldn't have been gone more than 20 minutes, and they had the heat flares out there, right? It should have picked them up, no problemo. No problemo. Right? How far can a 4-year-old get? This is not, I mean, look at the end of their yard. Look at the end of their yard where just big logs and trees on the ground. That's hard to come off of that. You know what I mean? Yes, lab. Yep. Kids can travel better. Kids can to an extent, however, they get tired quickly. And when kids get tired, they stop. Adults, we will press through to get to somewhere kids, they get tired, they stop. And they always take the path of least resistance. Always take the path of least resistance. If there's a mountain, they're not just going to climb straight up the mountain, right? Or, at the bottom of the mountain, there's a little level spot around the water. They're going to go on the path of least resistance. Always. Always. They're going on the path of least resistance. So, that it's, just weird. I thought the whole backyard fenced. It is, Patty. It is. I wish I had taken more naps when I was younger. Jen, I haven't slept since 1976. Okay. I feel you, girl. I feel you.
After she picked up sticks and left town, while her kids might still be out in the woods. And then not only do we have a contradiction about the children's talkativeness, remember initially they were supposedly nonverbal. Now we have him telling us how they say hi to everybody and they're super talkative. Coincidentally, or maybe not coincidentally, the mother said the same thing, which makes me think that this contradiction is a contradiction of convenience. Here's how I explained it in my video analyzing the mother.
We're looking outside, we're looking everywhere, yelling for them, and I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to
Excellent point. Excellent point, the real me too. They also aren't just going to walk they would be curious and probably playing with everything in sight. Right. So a kid, they're not, especially 4 and 6, they're highly, highly impulsive. They're not just going to be, it's not going to be a marathon or anything, right? They're going to see something, they're going to play with it, they're going to, maybe hell play tag or whatever they're doing. They're going to stop, they're going to rest, they're going to stop, they're going to rest until they have nothing left. And when they get exhausted, kids are found where they stopped, right? Even, if they're still alive, they just don't move after that. Yes, that's what I mean. Stop and explore and do whatever they're doing. It's not just a constant walking, right? We got to think like them. Think how kids behave at that age, especially. Right? Probably stop and be curious and look at something. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's right, Joe.
Anyone, they'll talk your ear off. They will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone.
I don't like how she's leaving all those little breadcrumbs to sort of suggest or imply to us that the kids must have been kidnapped or gone off with a stranger by telling us how talkative they are and all that sort of stuff. It's unnecessary, and it's pretty blatant if that's what she's doing. To be clear, I think the mother, Malaya, was definitely pushing a narrative when she was going on and on about how talkative the kids are, because it was unprompted. And for such a brief interview, it took up a lot of time when it had nothing to do with getting people to help find where her children are now.
Exactly.
It was strictly theory pushing.
I mean, when I was a kid, it was a different time, but we played in the woods all the time. I don't know how the hell we didn't get lost, but all the time. And we would we would find creeks and everything and just play in the woods and get those fungus things that grow on a tree, and we would tear them down and all that. And we loved it when we were kids, but not 4 and 6. Not 4 and 6. It was different.
Which is the red flag for a hoaxer. Remember, they get on TV to push a theory or to build their alibi. Innocent parents get on TV to ask for help. As far as Daniel goes, I don't know why he's saying
Chef's kiss to what he just said. Chef's kiss. He's totally right.
theory pushing, which is the red flag for find where her children are now. It was strictly theory pushing, which is the red flag for a hoaxer. Remember, they get on TV to push a theory or to build their alibi. Innocent parents get on TV to ask for help.
Major, 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 major thing. Watch the parents. Hoaxers get on TV to push their narrative or their alibi. Innocent parents gets on for help, right? They're not telling you about, to fall back on a field full of D's or anything like that. They don't care. They just want their kid. That's it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. They just want their kid. Please help. That's it.
As far as Daniel goes, I don't know why he's saying it. Maybe they scripted that they were going to say this beforehand, so they're on the same page. I'm not quite ready to go all in on him, even though I'm ready to go all in on the mother. So let's see if this most recent interview tips the scales.
You said they're flying in someone to do a polygraph test. Is that on you?
That's not just on me, but on everyone. That's what I asked for. I asked for that so early on, and there's not many places that do it in Canada, so they're flying somebody in.
Why do you think you need to do that? Do you think they don't believe you?
I think their side of the family doesn't believe me, and I just want to clear it up for everyone. Clear it up for everyone, not just the people online making crazy accusations and everything else.
All right, so that's the clip, and I'm actually happy to see that things are breaking down between them because it could
Yes. Yes. That's what I said yesterday. Breaking down between them. They're separated. She's got him blocked. That's a good sign. But in my opinion, I think it's a better sign for the mother that she blocked him rather than, he could have blocked her, right? So they're not keeping that story together. That's important. It's like two separate interrogations going on at the same time at the police station, right? They don't know. Truth is, none of us know because we weren't there. No, none of us know. None of us know.
suggest that Dan
But I can say a lot of times we have a pretty good idea. There's nothing new under the sun, right? There's nothing new under the sun, and things generally either make sense or they don't.
Daniel's innocent, or if they're both guilty, I'm glad they're turning on each other. Finally, I'll wrap up this video the same way I wrapped up so many others like Don Wells and Chris Proudfoot. Daniel, if you're open to an interview, contact me through the DD forum. At the very least, I'll get your story out to a bunch of new people. At the very best, if I'm satisfied with your answers, I'll be your biggest advocate on YouTube. If you want to continue this series, let me know by liking, commenting, and sharing. Till next time, stay true.
And that's the DD right there. Thank you so much, Deception Detective. Make sure you subscribe to Deception Detective if you're really doing yourself a disservice if you don't. If you like behavioral analysis, I really recommend it. Become a member over there if you can. I'm sure he would appreciate that. Always appreciates supporting your fellow creator. Let me see here. We got some new photos here. Hold on. I got it. Those trucks. I got it. I forgot about this. Forgot I had this. This was earlier. Look at this. Here we go. They're blurry because when they were passing by, they were driving. That's right, Mama Bear. Did the children have pets? I don't know if they had any pets inside. I do know that they had chickens outside. Did you do a video or something with Remy Pearl the other night? Yes, I did. The other sure did. So there's those black trucks. You see this right here? I don't know if this is underpinning like they were saying. It's really hard to see right here. Let me see if I can make it full screen for y'all. That still didn't do anything. Wonder if I can zoom in like this. Screenshot. Let's see if I can zoom in it with this program. Bear with me as I try to see if we can zoom in a little bit more. See what this is. It's still very hard to see. I don't know if that's junk. It doesn't look like the house has skirting. Well, so supposedly they were, let me show you this. I just screenshot it. Supposedly we'd gotten word earlier that there was big trucks there, and like 3 or 4 black trucks. We have confirmation of that now. Again, I don't know who those big trucks were, but they were allegedly outside pulling out the skirting of the home and looking underneath. There are toys out front in the gas. I don't know. Thank you so much, Gemini, for your support. Really do appreciate that. Do we know why they say the kids would not cross the road? Were cameras out there or the trail? Thank you for covering these cases. Thank you so much, Gemini. Really do appreciate that. So he said that the kids would not cross the road. I don't know if he's just saying that because he feels like he knows them. You know, like my kids would never walk out the door or whatever, but if you don't think your kids would run away, you know, you can't say they wouldn't cross the road either, if that's the case. So I don't think there were cameras out there at all. I don't think there's any trail cams like in the like right there around the house where you can see. So I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. It's so hard to see. I don't know if like that's part of it or what, but let's go back to this and look at this. Where is it at? Okay. This was just a little bit ago. There's at least 3. I said 3 or 4. But it's so okay, maybe this one's a little bit better. Oh yeah. Yep, they're underneath the house. Sure are. Look at there. They are. They sure are. It's similar to a pallet deck, not safe. Blue rubber tarp wrapping around trailer. Beach B has a good view. Yeah. Yep, they sure are. It's sad that any parents feel comfortable living in a settling with these conditions, not wanting better for themselves or their children. Nothing wrong with poor. Yeah, I think. Oh, you can see him right here. You can see people right there. Right there. I'm pretty sure that's. It won't let me zoom in. I'm pretty sure that's people. I'm pretty sure those are people. It's so. Oh, why can't y'all see it like I see it? Let me see if it'll do it like this now. It's my. It will not show that zoomed. I can only zoom so much for you guys. It won't show the zoom that. Yep, there's people out there, right there. Didn't I say past for one and present for the other? What do you think about that? I think they've both talked about them in the past. Oh yeah, there's definitely people there. Yeah. 1,000%. The mobile home we were in had access door at the back of the mobile. Yeah, a lot of but that's that's people that, you guys, there's usually so you can get under for plumbing and stuff. With this, probably not. Or maybe they needed more room to put their equipment or whatever. Looks like they have tore the porch apart. Maybe we should go, you know what? Let's go back to the other day and look at those photos of the house that we had the other day. We had photos of the front of the house. Pretty sure. Give me 2 seconds. One second here, y'all. Yeah. I just see one person. One, maybe two, but that's definitely a person right there. Definitely a person right there. I don't know whose vehicle that is, those vehicles. Let's see. Let's compare them. This is from the other day. And this is from today. Okay. So there was a lot of junk in it the other day. I'll say that. There was a lot of junk. So I don't think that there's two people right there underneath the trailer. Okay, this is today, and this was the other day. I just think this is a person right there. Now, you see this the other day? There was trash along here where the tank was. And today there doesn't appear to be that. There was holes through here. The other day. See, there's holes through here. I guess there is here, but the trash is different. It's definitely different. There was like wood over here the other day and some trash. Here it appears to be clean now in that area. Um it huh. There was something big right there today though. What is that? They had skirting looked like it was painted blue, but I'm new to the case. We had a cat die in our insulation under our trailer. It stunk bad. Had to tear it out and find it. Yeah. Yeah. The heating is either electric or oil heating. There is no gas heating. I think it's oil because that tank right there, Mohawk, is generally an oil heater in cold climates. But they also have a chimney here, and so they might burn wood too. In this cold weather, you kind of have sometimes you have to have two different heaters or a backup. Yeah. I think that they may be looking for evidence there, bodies. I just don't see how the odor would not be all over that entire land. So they have a wood stove. Yeah, you can see the chimney, right? So a lot of these things are still the same. This blue, that little thing right there appears to be some exercising. And then this right there and that right there. But I don't see like the coolers now or anything like that. And over here, I don't see anything. So that is what has changed. Mine is going to be on these two. I know, Sharon. I know. Presence of black. Yeah, Mama Bear. I just showed the photos. And official looking people questioning Daniel in the front house. You must be behind Angel Wings. 1976. Yeah. Okay. So there's that. I'll go back and show you the photo that we're talking about here. So there is trucks. This is someone who went by earlier. And you can see there's trucks right there. Definitely trucks right there. I saw on Facebook post that the bus driver last dropped them off on April 29th. Yes. That's where the last dog stop at the end of the driveway, but the teacher said she last seen them on Monday of last week. This clue. April 29th, that'd have been Tuesday. April 28th would have been Monday. April 29th would have been Tuesday. IHT vehicles. Don't know about that, Boo Sheet. I don't want to go that far yet and say that cadaver dogs hit underneath or anything like that. But I will say that there is black trucks. There was also no school on Wednesday. That is true. Good point. So there is, let me show you. Make it bigger for you. You can see there. Now, as far as someone hitting underneath or whatever, I have no idea. No clue. So I'm not going to put that out there, but they're there. They were allegedly bringing cadaver dogs. Yes, Peas. Yesterday, they did bring cadaver dogs. I don't know where, but I know that they were introducing cadaver dogs again at the house somewhere in Timbuktu. I have no idea, but I do know yesterday they did say that they were bringing cadaver dogs. Thank you for that, Pamela M. I love your name, by the way, Pamela M. You know that song, "Whoa, back Betty, bam balam, whoa, back Betty," but I'm gonna say Pambalam. Guys, I just got this fan on me, and it's just stopped me up. I'm sorry if I'm talking from my nose. It's gonna give me pneumonia. I turn it off. Where is the county they live in? I can't remember the county. Let me show you guys a couple things real quick. I'm gonna play a video for you, and then I'm gonna go. Facts.
A makeshift memorial is taking shape
Look
in
at
a
this.
rural community in Pictou County near
Pictou.
where two
That's it.
children went missing. Stuffed animals and flowers can be seen laying against a post outside the RCMP detachment.
Let me tell you something. Communities never cease to amaze me. They never cease to amaze me. When something goes on, these communities pour out. This is when you see the best of humanity. sadly, many times when you see the best of humanity is at some really tough times.
Attachment in Stellarton. It's been 1 week since 4-year-old Jack Sullivan and 6-year-old Lily Sullivan were reported missing from their home in Lansdowne Station. Searchers
Really,
spent
Bogey?
6 days scouring for the siblings before calling off the active search. RCMP say the missing persons investigation will continue, and they are not ruling out an abduction or foul play. An infant.
And they clearly say they're not ruling out any foul play. So there's that, right? Let me turn my camera back on. All right. I wanted to show you this. Then we're going to talk some more in just a minute.
They were seen last Friday morning. For 6 days, there were boots on the ground, drones and helicopters in the sky. At a nearby RCMP detachment, the community has built a memorial with flowers and stuffed animals. People here are holding on to hope, and so is the family.
The last of RCMP in the area that I've seen, they were at Lansdowne Lake, and they told me that they scoured the lake, divers, and sonared the lake, and there's no evidence at all. If they were in this area, would have found them. My family's still searching.
At one point, 160 people were out here searching. That help is gone, but the family isn't giving up. On Wednesday, RCMP insisted the search is ongoing. The family says this has been an extremely tough time. And on top of everything else, the rumors on social media has made it even more difficult.
Now, listen, I understand social media can be crazy. I understand it. And trust me, it can be. But this is the thing. People talk. It's like the game of telephone, right? You say one thing, the next person says a slightly different version, and the next person. And unfortunately, that's the way it goes. And that's the way humanity, unfortunately, works in times like this. Now, this is supposed to be Frank, Frank, and it's supposedly a I don't know what Frank is, but you supposedly have to buy it. What is Frank magazine? Is a scandal magazine founded in 1987 in Halifax, Nova Scotia. It's a bi-monthly publication based in Australia, aimed at anyone looking for a magazine that's smart, funny, caring, and curious about the world. How about that? Nobody cares. All right. In other news, here we go. Okay, answer that one. Thank you, Gemini. All right. So this is what it says. It is crap, David says. I don't know. But it says one of the most critical ways that security of Indigenous women and girls in jeopardy is a result of Indigenous trauma that marks many Indigenous community families and relationships. There is no doubt that the intergenerational trauma was a factor in the disappearance of Jack and Lily Sullivan from the home in Royal Pictou County last week. We just don't know the whole story yet. As readers will be familiar, Lily, 6, Jack, 4, have been missing since May 2nd, when police received a 911 call that they wandered away from their ramshackle mini home on Garlock Road in Lansdowne Station. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. In a separate interview, the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, and stepfather, Daniel Martell, told mainstream media that the children had slipped out of the sliding back door while they were still in bed with their 1-year-old daughter. They called the police when they awoke at around 10 a.m. Intergenerational trauma exhibit number 1. Malaya's original story. She's the daughter of, how do you pronounce it, Cindy? Cyndy, I'm pretty sure. Murray and Henry Brooks, a member of the, I can't even begin to pronounce this, indigenous, SIPEKNE''KITIK, First National. The relationship didn't stick. An account of Henry's violence. Henry, excuse me, guys, this fan killed me. Henry had already started building his rap sheet when Cindy put the run to him in the early aughts. But Henry wouldn't stay away. Malaya was barely out of diapers when Henry beat up Cindy and was convinced of assault and was convicted of assault and forcible entry in 2004. This is her mom and dad. Okay? Dad beat up the mom. He was convicted. Okay? Her parents. So Henry beat up Cindy and was convicted of assault and forcible entry in 2004. As if that wasn't enough to put Henry on the RCMP's person of interest list, consider that as, okay, on the RCMP's persons of interest list, consider the rest of his rap sheet. Henry's greatest hits. 2014, sentenced to 2 years of federal time for drug trafficking, theft, and weapons charges. 2015, another 6 months in custody, plus probation for assault with a weapon and assault with causing bodily harm. Which brings us to last week when Grandpa Henry came out of the woodwork to say hi. Oh, Henrietta, here we go. Henry writes on Facebook the following. Baby girl, why didn't you tell me when that first happened? Please never hold nothing back from me ever again. I love you, baby. Next time. Okay. Something. Oh, he's got a period. I love you, baby. Next time. That's why I ended it. But he's got a period, and then it's got I love you, baby. Sorry. I love you, baby. Next time, period. Something like that happens, period. You tell me right away. Baby, I'm a tracker. Baby, I'm a tracker. You know, Henry, sometimes it's best to just keep it quiet, honey. It's just best to keep it quiet. Shortly after her kids disappeared, Malaya fled to her mom Cindy's house in Wentworth. Then she blocked Daniel on social media. Daniel has no criminal record. His only charge as an adult was for simple drug possession in 2011, and it didn't stick. Cindy subsequently confirmed that Malaya's relationship with Daniel has ended. They are no more. According to this magazine, Daniel and Malaya are done. According to this magazine, done. No more. What can all it mean? So what do you think? Why do you think they broke up? What is the reason for them to break up? I mean, is it just a fight? Or is it because the family's blaming, right? Because it already had to be kind of on a wobbly foundation, don't you think? Yeah, FBI is only for Americans. Yeah. Another person involved? You think, Marilyn? All right, what can all this mean? Daniel and Malaya in happier days. So that's where it kind of left off. To Doc. Don't know. I think it's all the family fighting. Oh my God, Texas City police are joining the search. 15-year-old from Utah went missing April 21st. Oh, really, Alyssa? Or, I mean, thought criminal. That's very interesting. I need to remember that. She thinks Daniel is talking too much. Don't know, Merge. In my opinion, the kid's dad was getting out of jail and someone may be jealous. I don't think he's in jail. Maybe house arrest, but I don't think he's out of jail or in jail. Yes, RCMP's their version of it. It's true. His dad is yeah. Um, one second. Okay. No, Royal Canadian RCMP is Canadians' version of FBI. That is, and there's SCIS as well, which is what's SCIS stand for? Canadian Security Intelligence Service, maybe. Where's my Canadians at? Come on, help me. No FBI in Canada, but they have offices in embassies. They have SCIS. Yeah. I mean, the FBI is all around the world, but it's only for Americans. That's just that, right? Like they only go there to help American for whatever. I heard it was on the paternal side of the family involved in dispute. No mention of the bio dad being there. No, Debbie. You're absolutely right. There is the bio dad has not been there. Okay, yep, that's what I said. Canadian Security Intelligence Service. That I knew for sure. So the RCMP is the federal police, and they are the equivalent to the FBI. The CSIS, Canadian Security Intelligence Service, they are the Canadians' version of the CIA. Right. RCMP is Canadian. Yeah. Yes. RCMP is federal. They're the federal police for Canada, which is our federal police is FBI. I think his brother did something. Cotton candy. It's very. Yes, Justin, correct. I'm going to take it from the Canadian cookie there. I think his brother did something. So, interesting you said that because someone mentioned something. And they wrote, I think they need to check out the brother and his super clean ATV. Come on, it's the cleanest thing in the yard. And they're not wrong. They're not wrong. Look at that. I mean, it's a clean RV. You got to, I mean, or ATV. I think brother was messing with girlfriend. Oh, Marilyn. That's a soap opera, honey. God, I hope not. OPP. What's OPP? Is like TBI. What if the brother offended or offered to drive them to school but did something else? I don't know about that piece because you would think they would just say something. You know what I mean? Okay. Gotcha. Yes, that's the province. That would be the version of the TBI or a state or province police, right? Justin, I heard he was a former YouTuber. Perfect. And then he's crazy. He's got to be nuts then. Creeper camper alert. Creeper camper alert. Guys, we have a creeper camper alert. Hold on. Attention Walmart shoppers, we have a creepy camper alert. Attention Walmart shoppers, we have a creepy camper alert. Alert. Alert, mother chickens. Alert, mother chickens. There we go. You're welcome. The more you know. The SUV was checked and cleared, David and Catherine L. family says. Thank you so much. Do you, David and Catherine, do you have a source on that? All Marine province fall under the RCMP outside Police City. Interesting. Agree, Sherry and Angel. Odd, nothing has been said about the brother. It is way too clean. Well, I mean, but I gotta say, he looks pretty calm. He looks pretty calm. He's kicked back. But it is clean. I'll give him that. Now, this might be a little graphic, what I'm going to say, but the thought. If one was going to, if there is foul play and one was going to dispose, they may use a four-wheeler, right? It can get into places. So it's possible. Does the brother have a record? Allegedly. What was the weather like? Did the children take coats? Hey, Roxy. Good to see you. So they don't know about the little boy. In the bush, it says, not this brother. What was the brother's prior? I read it. I read one of the brothers off the other day. I can't remember what it was. I think it was drugs and like maybe assault or breaking and entering, something like that. The brother that lives there is married and his wife kicked him out. Okay, so in the bushes. So this brother that's pictured here, he is not the brother that lives there. Something toxic like this. Yes, Trishy. He lives there. I know, Lulu. Do we have anyone local that can do some footwork? That would be good. So that person earlier that was speaking on the trucks, he said there was 3 blacked out vehicles, which we saw 3 in the yard, assuming police vehicles, and Daniel was standing outside the trailer with 5 or 6 men. They had the front left side of the trailer skirting a part of it lifted up and a light going, and a man, assuming an officer, crawling underneath the trailer. So there's that. I just want to tell y'all that. Let me see if there's anything new on that. Bear with me 1 second. Give me 2 seconds. You would think that they would have checked the trailer before then, or underneath the trailer. I don't know. We'll just have to see. All right, look at this. This is from the Globe. There's a video of it. And a video to them passing by. I've got photos of it, but I don't have a video. The buckets in the picture. Did you actually saw the video? Because I've just seen the photos. Let me check. Socks was found given to RCMP. So someone just posted just a second ago. We'll get back to that in a second. They had 2 to 3 days. So they said this is coming from searched a good part of Gairloch Brook Falls this afternoon. Aside from some ticks, a boy's sock was found and given to RCMP. So there's that. A boy's sock was found right there. 1 second, y'all. I got to turn this air off. Sorry, it's cold here. It should not be cold in the middle of May, but it is. The high was like 59 degrees here today. Kind of cold. Okay. It's actually, they said this. Pardon me. This is what I found interesting. Sock looks big for a 4-year-old. And they said, it's actually really tiny. I just zoomed it in. I'd say it's for someone ages 3 to 5. But there was also a small white sock by the brook and bloody underwear close to the sock. And just down from the sock, a pinkish purple girl's headband. No sign of anything else. Also, it could just be random shit that has zero to do with the missing kids, but was bagged as evidence. So, I don't know. What's full of ashes? Full of ashes? What do you mean? Glad it was collected. Testing will show it's related or not. Yes. One of you are laying on a heating pad, the other of you laying on an ice pack. I love you guys so much. I just can't even. Guys, please hit that thumbs up button. Really appreciate it. What kind of underwater? Men's, women's, children, or underwear? You mean underwear? I don't know. And if you can email it, or that would be great. Wood stoves for heat are common here. Yeah, they're common here too. Yeah. Okay. Yes, please hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate it. Working hard here. People use ashes in gardens here too. Yes. Wooden dogs hit on the scent where the articles were found. You would think. Perhaps. You would think. But they claim that it's small. So we'll see. Yeah, it doesn't show the video. It just shows. Ooh, what's this? Hold on. Is that Daniel standing right there? I don't know. It's so hard to tell. Or someone. See that yellow? I don't know. There's just not a lot of people out there. You would love 37 degrees? No. No. I rebuke that. Be in Florida. Well, you are hinting at the ashes. Oh, no, honey. Listen. If someone is suggesting cremation, I'm telling you, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. It takes, listen, for those of you that don't know me, I used to work at a funeral home. I've worked at a couple funeral homes rather. And it takes an insane amount of energy to, and let me just say something. A regular fire, even if the remains are burnt, it's still not going to burn most of the bone. Okay? Because it doesn't get hot enough. It's still not going to, like, the bone has to be, things have to take process. I don't want to talk about it, but so nope. It's just not likely at all. Okay, here's that other. Is that, I think there's two people right here, perhaps. Two people right there, maybe. So, let me find this. What time is it? It's 11:22. Okay. Let me exit out of this. Okay. Disappear of two children has rocked rural Nova Scotia community. Every day this week, the children aboard the big yellow school bus peered out of the window as they passed the white trailer on the side of Gairloch Road. Quote, "Have they found Jack and Lily yet?" They asked bus driver Brian Ward every afternoon. "Not yet," Mr. Ward says. He told the children. "The police are doing everything they can." Lily and Jack sit in the front to the right. Hold on. Lily and Jack sat in the front to the right. Has sat empty with their names still taped above it. Oh my God. That's so sad, y'all. That's sad, man. Um, one second. Since April 29th, when Mr. Ward last dropped them off at the end of the dirt driveway after school. Damn. Let me show you this map here in a second, too. This is interesting. The case for the missing siblings, 6-year-old Lily and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan, who disappeared from their home without a trace nearly 2 weeks ago, has rocked the royal, sparsely populated community of Lansdowne, northeast of Halifax. I'm devastated. I'm absolutely devastated, said Mr. Ward, whose children, Nicholas Carr, 4, and Troy Carr, 7, are friends with Lily and Jack and often sat with them on the bus ride home from school. "I can't even sleep at night," says Mr. Ward. On Wednesday, RCMP called off search and rescue teams who has been scouring the thick woods for 6 days, saying it is unlikely that the two missing children in Royal Nova Scotia are still alive. Now police say they're zeroing in on smaller, specific search areas and investigating possible criminal elements. On Thursday, major crime investigations arrived at the rundown mobile home to speak to Daniel Martell, 33, who described himself to the Globe and Mail as the children's stepfather. They were there to ask for electronic devices to help corroborate timelines. He told the Globe earlier that day an RCMP helicopter flew overhead, scanning the family's property, which backs into dense forest. Their RCMP has defended their decision not to issue an Amber Alert in the case, arguing the investigation didn't meet the criteria, which includes the belief that the child has been abducted or is in a grave danger. Let's see here. They have also declined to discuss the stepfather's claim that divers were called in Thursday to search nearby Lansdowne Lake or confirm a report that tracking dogs had followed the kids' scent to the end of the driveway, the family's driveway. Quote, "To ensure the integrity of the investigation, no further details will be released at the time," end quote, Nova Scotia RCMP spokesperson Allison Gerard. I think it's how you pronounce her last name. Both kids attend Salt Spring Elementary, a small rural community, rural school rather, about a 20-minute bus ride from their home that serves 86 children from communities across. They only have 86 children in that school. 86? What? I have teachers report my kids absent when they were at school. Uh, that's not good. I would make sure that would be corrected for sure. Okay, 1 second, guys. 20 minutes bus ride from their home that serves 86 children from communities across Pictou County. The school has been provided with psychologists, counselors, and other school board staff to help, quote, staff members and students with questions and providing, give me 1 second, calm coping strategies during the difficult time. Mr. Ward said he headed into the woods on his ATV to look for Lily and Jack as soon as he heard the children had been reported missing on the morning of May 2nd. RCMP have said they believe the children wandered away from the home. He described the kids as full of life, always smiling and laughing. Lily would let out these high-pitched squeals, he said. I'd get after her all the time. Lily, you can't be doing that. He also described her as a bit of a drama queen. Hey, girl. Yes. If she had a sore foot, she'd say her foot was broken. That's so cute. He said with a laugh. Jack sometimes fell asleep on the way home from school, but more than often, not. He was chatty. He'd say, bus driver, hey, bus driver. Mr. Ward recalled. Hold on 1 second. Bus driver, hey, bus driver. Yeah, Mr. Ward recalled. If he was trying to talk to you and he couldn't get your attention, the little bugger would take his boot off and throw it at you. Jack is famous for throwing his boots at me. That's so cute. He threw the boots at the bus driver. It's so cute. All right. Where am I? Inside the family's trailer, paintings and awards hang in the small, well-worn kitchen. In one piece of art, Lily says her mom makes cupcakes, plays with toys, and watches movies. I love my mom, she wrote neatly in pencil. That makes me want to cry. It really does. I'm not even joking. There's also a red painting of Jack of an insect. Family members have said he loves to dig for worms and turn over pieces of wood to look for bugs. Along the densely wooded section of the road where the home is, with no immediate neighbors, the only traffic is usually logging trucks. The children's mother, Michaela Brooks Murray, and Mr. Martell moved into the home about 2 years ago. She left on the weekend with her and Mr. Martell's 16-month-old daughter to be with her mother and hasn't returned, he said. Mr. Brooks Murray, a member of I don't know the indigenous name, I can't pronounce it. First Nation rather, previously told reporters her children were both diagnosed with autism and struggled in school. She has declined any further interviews request and has removed her accounts from social media. Her indigenous community's leadership has urged people not to spread rumors or add fuel to the rampant speculation about the case circulating online. A woman who answered Miss Brooks Murray's phone Thursday said she couldn't discuss the missing children, but said the mother's relationship with Mr. Martell has ended. Mr. Martell confirmed that he has been unable to get in touch with her, and then she's blocked him on social media. Madison Spears, a neighbor who lives about a kilometer up the road and grew up with Mr. Martell, said her 3-year-old daughter has attended birthday parties with Lily and Jack. She said she's brokenhearted that no trace of the children has turned up. To think that the kids are lost in the woods is just heartbreaking, she said. This is hitting really close to home, she says. And that's it. Let me show you a picture of this nice bus driver. That's a good article. That's a really good article. Yeah. That's really sad. Well, mom and dad volunteered for a drug test and Ellie was okay, said okay, and gave them. More little kids affected by lost friends. You're right. You're exactly right. Whoever said that. Um, I want to cover this. Give me 2 seconds, y'all, so I can find it. 2 seconds on Mrs. Stacy Johnson. See if there's any update here. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. There is on news now, Miss Stacy Johnson. Howdy from Nova Scotia. Hey, Concan, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Hold on. Missing Kentucky woman stayed in Utah in April.
From hard hats to steel-toed boots.
She was in. They've got pictures of her. Holy shit, guys! Oh my god, sorry. Stacy Sullivan, you're going to see video and pictures of her in Utah. Now she's missing. Her bed. Look at her bed there. Medications and supplies. Oh, mama's the bomb. What did I get mixed up on? No, we're doing two different people in this live. We're doing two different cases, Lily and Jack Sullivan, and now we're going on to Stacy Johnson. Stacy Johnson. I apologize. I think I said her last name wrong a second ago.
On a bed in the hotel room. She mentioned recently getting a job offer in Oregon.
She looks dark under her eyes. So she's supposed to be served divorce papers, or she was served divorce papers. She didn't sign them. And she said a group of people, and she made it clear. Holy shit. I knew something was up with this. Again, guys, I want to watch this again. Damn. Wait, 1 second. I want to watch this again. And I'm going to show you some pictures and stuff. This is crazy. 1 second. I got to get through this. 3, 2, 1.
It's covered.
Here we go. Sorry, I was muted. We need this entire video. She's talking to the police. Bubbly. She's talking to the police there. This is a police video. We need to get that entire video. I wonder if they'll release the... I guess they'll go ahead and release it because they're showing it here. I'll FOIA it.
The conversation
Where
with
she said she thought she was being followed. She may be having a mental health emergency. She may be having a physical emergency. She may be in great danger. Carrie, I don't know if that's true or not. That I mean, where do you see this? Y'all need a source. Yeah, she's 51. Thank you, Gemini. KUTV. KUTV. Stacy Johnson. Oh no, that's what I just played. Was KUTV. Okay, they say, let me read this. Let me just say what these are the things that she says here in the article. This is Stacy talking. I'm not one of those people. I'm just not going to let them kill me off without a fight, said Johnson to police. That makes me that I think she's having a mental health or a physical health emergency. I'm not just going to let those people I'm not going to just let them kill me off without a fight, said Johnson to police. Johnson spoke with police while veering off into various parts of her life, including work and upcoming traveling nurse job to Oregon. She felt like the job offer was a setup and seemed too good to be true. Uh-oh. Quote, what I was told is that you feel in danger, end quote, said the officer to Johnson. This is Stacy talking. Quote, it ain't just one person. This is a club. So apparently I married into this club and I knew something wasn't normal, end quote, said Johnson. Quote, they told me they pay off the police department in this town. That's why I felt like I did not need to call the police department, end quote. So I do have a question about this. We wondered why she was in Utah for such an extended period of time because she was going to Oregon. Is why she was there? Hold on, because it may not be a mental health. Is that why she was there because she just got the divorce papers? Where's the guy? What state does he live in? Is that where the family lives? She may be hiding from husband. That's really weird. Johnson continued to speak with police about an apparent incident where someone tried to run her off the road just outside of Wendover. She said, quote, "I feel like my life matters," end quote, said Johnson to police. Quote, "I'm going to put your mind at ease," said the officer. Quote, "Someone will know if you go missing because we're talking to you. So you're going to create a paper trail. So we're going to create our person report and we'll have that so we know where you're at," end quote. Johnson claimed she, quote, "reset her phone as she was coming to the hotel in Wendover." What is that? Like factory reset? Quote, "I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble," said Johnson when officers pressed her on additional information on multiple men Johnson says were after her. Quote, "They're here to either get me arrested or get me unalive." That's her words, unalive. Not my words. That's her words, unalive. At the end of the interaction, officers discussed Johnson's vehicle and asked her to consent to search. Johnson said there was a chance that people planted something on her vehicle to get her in trouble. She declined to join police to go to the vehicle. Huh. Quote, "I really don't need you to check on me," end quote, said Johnson towards the end of their conversation. Quote, "I want you to know, check back up on your report, make sure it don't disappear. Just check back periodically and make sure my report's still there." Police spoke with Johnson for roughly 30 minutes and determined Miss Johnson was in no danger. According to police, they told Johnson to contact them if she has any further questions. Quote, "Miss Johnson did not contact Wendover Police uh, again during her stay at the hotel from April 13th to April 18th," wrote Wendover Police in a statement at 2 News. Okay. Very bizarre. Ooh la la. Very bizarre. There had to be a reason she stayed there for that long. Texting it. Okay, thank you, Sammy G. One second, y'all. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. What's this? Ooh, what's this? Ooh, thank you for this. Ooh, what's this? Let me look at this. 1 second. There's something right here. Okay, this is Kentucky Court of Justice. Next pretrial conference is scheduled for 6/9/2025 at 1 o'clock. Stacy M. Johnson, Commonwealth versus Stacy M. Johnson. Commonwealth versus Joseph Massey. Showcase defendant installment payment. Stacy Johnson versus Anthony Mattingly. Um Is this their divorce? Show cause deferred installments payments. It's scheduled on 5/22/25 at 11 a.m. in room. Commonwealth versus Joseph C. Massey. She was supposedly getting a divorce. So, going over, guys, we understand I'm going to go back to something right now based on Lily and Jack. This is from the group. We understand there is a post going around saying that children were found under the trailer. We will not approve those posts unless confirmed. Just an FYI. Okay? So just wanted to let y'all know that. I'm trying to find something. Give me 2 seconds. Give me some. Puts the map at the end of the video. Okay, no, we don't want that. So there is nothing that I see anywhere that they have been found under any trailer whatsoever. Oh, here I found that video. I'm bouncing around everywhere. I think those cases you're looking at are civil, Justin. So a family member of a firefighter posted it on Facebook. So gossip. So a family member of a firefighter. I just get different things coming in at once. We're gonna go back to Lily and Jack because I just want to show you this. I found the video. Yet that's not it. Hold on. Here it is. Maybe here it is.
Tragic. Oh, see the guys here? Yeah, that's the guy. Stepdad. It's outside.
Well, you dummy, if you don't point the camera toward there, nobody can see.
Look at me. Guys, look!
What did they say?
Guys, look! Look at me. Guys, look!
Guys, look at that forest. Look at that forest there. That's crazy. He said, nice look. 1 second, y'all. Okay, sorry, guys. No nosy neighbor being nosy. I think they had a confrontation later. Oh, here's the draw. Okay, look. Yep, there's people out there. Oh, for sure, for sure. Look at that, guys. Zoom in with your camera or if you're on your phone, you can zoom in with your finger. Right here. They They sure are. They weren't lying about that. And zoo. I just took a screenshot of this. Let me just there we go. Okay. Look at this. It's really blurry, I know, but look, you can see them standing out there. I took a little screenshot. See him out there? You can absolutely see people. I don't know what that is, but they're holding something. Sure are. How would it take them a week to find them under the house? I'm just going to say let me just say, if they are under that house and it's been 8 days, that would be very embarrassing for the RCMP. Very, very embarrassing. Isn't it dark there now? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, a lot of people say the same thing. I've heard a lot of people say some really bad things about the RCMP. I'm like, wow. I don't know. What's that? That's very weird. Going back to today. Well, a Canadian creator, don't know if you never watched her. Hold on. What's this? Gotcha. Okay. I know boards with RCMP, they are excellent, at least here in BC. It's only midnight here on the East Coast. Yeah, but I think that they might. I mean, they are in Nova Scotia, which is further east than the most eastern part of the United States. So, or at least the mainland. That's what I was thinking. Yep. Yep. I think it was Atlantic time. I didn't think it was Eastern because they're further east than us. They probably have lights under there. It's 1 a.m. there. Yep. Yep. That's what I was thinking of. I didn't think it was a different time. Look at that though. I got some pictures when it comes to Stacy. And let's see here. She's there sitting on the bed. She looks like she's got dark, like really bad dark circles under her eyes. Let me make it bigger for y'all. Containers can mask it. They can, and not only that, when they're tiny, it can take longer as well. They are really in some rupturing, yeah. That's true, Peas. That's true. This is her coming at the door. There's apparently 2 police officers. I want to go back. Let me see if I can enlarge this. I want to show y'all this right here. So it's bigger. It's just going to be, I mean, if they are under that trailer, it's going to be very embarrassing. She's got a lot of stuff laid out on her bed. A lot of stuff. Let's see if we can find if there's anything else breaking. Ooh, Lakin just wrote something. Hold on. It's not the best news, but praying for answers. Okay. There's some stuff coming in here. Update 5/9/2025. 5 p.m. Long update, sorry in advance. It is now heavily believed by the investigator that she is in the state of Florida. It is not confirmed if she is safe or if she is in harm's way. So I am still looking for her until I find her voice that she is safe. The investigator has not gotten her records yet, and he just left for the day. In my opinion, trying to think, this is her daughter. This is her daughter talking. In my opinion, trying to think like her, I believe she is in the Bay County, Florida area, and her phone is inoperable, and her car battery is dead based on her car's tracker being disconnected. What the fuck? Her car tracker's disconnected? Yes, Roller. Okay. And her phone is going straight to voicemail. I've called a lot of hotels, and a few of them did not have phone access in the rooms. Really? I have searched for her car at all the immediate hotels, motels on Highway 98 from the Tyndall Bridge to the Hathaway Bridge, and all the immediate hotels, motels on the 23rd Street from Hathaway Bridge to 231, and all the immediate hotels, motels from 231 Harrison Avenue intersection down to the construction zone on Harrison Avenue. Immediate hotels, motels, meaning the hotels, motels that are actually on roads. I have not checked these hotels and motels on roads other than these that are on any sides of the road. I would really like to gather a search party where we meet up like the old Panama City Mall location, for example. Then we split into vehicles and look at hotels, motels, parking lots for a vehicle. If anyone local, if anyone works at any local hotels or motels in Northwest Florida area, if you could check the check-in and check-out list and message me an all clear for the name or whatever location you're at, that would save me a lot of time and would be extremely helpful, and our family would be forever grateful. Tom line update. Okay, that's the last thing. Her tracker has been disconnected. Not the best update. The investigator is getting all the records today, officially including past history on her car's GPS tracker, so we can see if it showed anything further than what we already know. Please be patient with me. I'm doing an interview with a local news station, News 13, today at 12:45. Let's look at that. See if they got that up yet. News 13, Florida. Let me see here. 2 seconds, see if it's available. Stacy Johnson. Nope. Not yet. Not yet. Oh my God. I was just looking at that news channel to see if it was on there, and look at this.
We are following breaking news in Rockledge this afternoon as we learned a 4-year-old with autism was found dead in a pond. It happened at Mission Bay Apartments just off Vieira Boulevard. A Spectrum News map shows the area we're talking about. News 13's Nicole Griffin is joining us this afternoon. She spoke to the sheriff's office and those who helped in the search. Nicole, what are they saying?
Good morning, Eric. Yeah, so sad out here today. There was really an all-out effort to find this little boy. There was about 30 to 40 law enforcement officers out here, as well as neighbors who joined in on the search. However, the outcome was not what they were hoping for. Now, here's a look from Sky 13 of the pond where he was found. Brevard County Sheriff's Office officials tells me the child's mom frantically called 911 around 8:30 this morning, saying her child somehow unlocked the door and got out. They shared it was reported through dispatch that the child was autistic. At this time, K-9 teams, aviation units, and deputies swarmed the area. They went door to door asking neighbors if they had seen him, with neighbors also joining in on the search. By 9:20, BCSO said one of their aviation units spotted what they thought could be the child in the pond. A deputy went in to get him, but the boy was already dead. BCSO says this is still a very active investigation, but said with summer around the corner, it is so important to make sure young children know how to float and swim. Now, we also spoke with one neighbor who helped in on the search. She said this is such a tight-knit community with so many children in the area. You can actually see a playground there behind me. She says she is absolutely devastated for the loss that this family experienced here today. For now, reporting live in Brevard County, Nicole Griffin, Spectrum News.
That's so sad. So many autistics are, they love the water. They love the water. All right, guys. I am off to bed. So thank you all so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you. I will keep you all posted on everything. If anything breaks, I'll be here. Okay? You pearls are the most amazing community, and you shine brighter than the sun. Something's really wrong. Thank you, Jessa. Thank you so much, honey. Oh, David, no, nobody's blaming any parents. Nobody's blaming any of the parents. You're welcome, though. All right, guys. Thank you all so very much. God bless each and every one of you. I'm gonna knock over everything. All right. Good night, everyone. God bless.